Hello everyone. AJAX stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It revolutionized the world of web development by allowing sections of the web page to be updated without resubmission of the whole web page. Let's see how it's implemented. Let's dive in.
Let's look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of AJAX. The advantages of AJAX are you can get and post any data from the server, repaint section of the page without reloading, implemented using XmlHttpRequest inbuilt browser object, and it is callback based. Disadvantages of AJAX are a lot of code needs to be written to implement each of the callback. Second disadvantage is much compact promise-based fetch APIs available, which can get the same work done in lot lesser code. Let's look at a simple code example to see how this is implemented. We have a simple form where the username is submitted to the server, and on click of the submit button, the username is submitted to the server and the response from the server is received. That response is shown in the output span element. In terms of code, I have used Bootstrap for creating the simple layout and plain JavaScript to implement AJAX. Let's look at the structure of the document. We have a top level Bootstrap container, inside which I've created a row. In the row there is a column, and inside the column I've used an input group Bootstrap class, which has the text element and a span which is used as a label to the text element. In that second row, I have a column. At the column I've placed the submit button. And the third row contains a column. The column contains a span element used to show the output. So all these are Bootstrap classes, which helps us implement responsive UI quickly. Now let's look at the JavaScript code. What I've done first is added a listener to DOM content loaded. This gets called when the document is loaded in the browser. Loaded and displayed in the browser. So once it's loaded, I look up the submit button and add a click listener to that. The click listener is implemented in post username function. In post username function, I instantiate XmlHttpRequest inbuilt object. This allows us to implement AJAX. Then I create a form data object. This is another inbuilt built browser object. Form data allows us to capture the data that we want to submit to the server in name value pair format. So we create a form data object and then append the elements that we want to send to the server. So I have just two variables added over here. One is action type and the second one is a username. Now looking at the XML HTTP object structure, has a listener for the type of HTTP request that you're trying to make. So we are making a post request. This could be replaced with get if you need to make a get request. So this function takes the type of request that you want to make and the URL to which the request needs to be made. Next one is a callback function on ready state change. This is when the connection to the server has been made and data submitted to the server and request has been received. So we check for the status of the response from the server. 200 means that it has been successful. Ready state 4 represents the status of the submission. 4 means that the submission to the server has been successfully done. And status 200 means the response from the server has been successful. We could get other responses from the server like 500, which means error, or 302, which means a redirect. So in our case, if we check whether our request has been successfully sent and response from the server is proper, in that case, we try to read for the response received from the server. The response is available in this variable called response text. We assign the response text to the output span element. Some other callback functions provided by XmlHttpRequest are on error, on timeout. So on error, if there's an error like if there's an IO error, you're not able to make connection to the server, then this one is raised. On timeout is if you have made successful connection to the server, but the server is taking too long to respond. The last one is the send function, using which we send the form data to the server. On the server side, the quick PHP small one, it receives the username sent from sent using JavaScript and just responds back saying good day username. Let's run this quickly and have a look. So I type in a username, submit this, and this is what we get. So you can look at the network request. The payload was username. So our action type post username with the username variable containing value of mchulet. And the response we got back from the server is good day mchulet. You can use XmlHttpRequest object also to build your progress bar in cases where you are doing file submission to the server, like you are submitting an image or a video to the server and you want to show the progress of that to the user. So that's a quick intro to AJAX. I hope you found it useful.